Thanks for joining us for another Replayz guest series. Really excited about this. Joining us from London is Hannah Ajikawo. She's a sales mentor, founder, and CEO of Growth Mode. And she's going to share a tip with us today about structuring the discovery call. So, what do you have for us, Hannah?
Thank you. Thank you for that very kind introduction, Asia. So I'm really thinking about how you. So let me set the context, right? So you've got most organizations that I've worked for or ones that I've supported, I find that they have built a really fantastic like pitch deck or discovery deck where people will use that opportunity to understand, can we work with this prospect? Can we support their needs? But what I find, and as you spend more and more years in sales, you realize actually buyers are at different stages of their buying process. So one tip that I tend to share is before you go out and have that discovery call, which in my opinion is the most important part of the sales process,
Absolutely.
try and work out where are they? And there's this question that you can ask. And I talk a bit about it online, right? So there's a question that you can ask. And that question is on a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Prospect or Miss Prospect, where are you in your research in trying to understand your problem or challenge? Now, if they're between 1 and 5, they're most likely in early research. So what that means is they have identified a problem. It's a bit of an issue. It's not major. Some
Mm.
people have complained about it in their team and they're like, oh, this is annoying. The way in which we deal with our customers, we can do it better. It probably isn't, being quantified, but someone said, go and check out the market, see what's out there. Is it something that is worth solving? On a scale of 6 to 10, now, these people have got a task force in place. Like they've got like a DMU ready to take action because they're in early review.
Mm.
Now, what that essentially means is we've got a problem and we know that it's an issue and it's having an impact on other things in the organization. We have started to quantify it. Everything's not perfect, but it's actually a problem that we can't sustain. So it's not just a cost of doing business, it's actually something that we must address. And now we are going to market. Maybe they've spoken to a couple of different vendors, they've had some partners. They could even be at a stage where they've brought in a consultant to support them with procuring services. Those two different groups of people or prospects need very different discovery meetings. The first group, they don't really know what their problem is. So you have to develop a discovery meeting that says, this is what you think you're going through at the moment, and this is how bad it can get based on some of the companies that we're working with. This is the probable situation that you might end up in based on what we know, because we're the experts in this space. We know how to address this problem that it seems like you have that's bubbling. On the
Mhm.
other end, they're saying, they're giving you all the numbers. It's costing us this amount so far, and you're saying to them, we understand that, we believe that to be true. Take us through how you've got to that decision. Take us through what triggered action in your business where you thought we can't sustain this anymore. And then you take them on this journey where you're showing them that you are the most credible partner to work with in order to get them to their future state. Now, you've got these, what you can't do is treat these people in the same way. And I'll tell you why. You go in with one structured discovery demo and you're asking questions to early research prospects who don't have the answers to your questions because
Yeah.
they don't know their problem in detail. They're like, okay, I'll come back to you on that one. Oh yeah, I think it's Maria and my team who deals with that. Oh yeah, we haven't really experienced that. And you start to lose a disconnect because for them, they're like, this isn't really an issue. Whoa, we're nowhere. This is way too early for us. Whereas the other guys are waiting for you to prove to them that you know what they're talking about, right?
I get it. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want that proof. So when you're going into these, enterprise organizations who might have, 6 and 7 figure budgets, and they're ready to take action. They're already on their journey, but they just need you to, understand their current context, prove that you understand it, show that you've got experience in it, take them to a place where this is their future state. Show them that that's realistic or not. Say, oh, you want 20% growth making this change. Actually, it's going to take a little while to get to that, but we can definitely get you to 4% in the first year. And we know that because here's 4 case studies, right? So you're helping them. But the first one, you're like, hey, let me show you what's possible. Look at all of these amazing things you can get to if you address this problem. But don't put people in a discovery session where you're like, they're just like, oh God, you're just telling me what I already know because I'm in early review. We've spoken about this. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me about this is the
Yeah.
problem. We're in a pandemic. Things are hard. We know that. That's why we're here. So tell us that you can help us. And the other group are like, well, I don't really know what anything is yet. Just help me show what's possible. So that's kind of my main tip. And I want to see more discovery sessions in that kind of structure where you're either teaching or you're confirming and helping show your credibility.
No, that is extremely powerful. That first group really needs to be educated on the problem. And that second group, you're wasting their time when you're educating them on the product, the problem. You need to educate them on why you're the best solution. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. I love it. That is so, so powerful. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for
That's okay. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.